Greetings. This is a sample Lab 3 walkthrough. This walkthrough is designed to show you not only basic functionality, but also some of the more advanced features discussed in the lab assignment. Notice when it loads, of course, I have a list of songs. I only have 6. Remember, there's needs to be only 10 tops, or you can have fewer, right? This loads from my tunes.txt file, and the list of my files right there. The file names are a little bit different than what I've asked you to name them, but this is my main page. As I display the songs, of course, it will show my top 6, in this case, songs, as well as I have my navigation along the bottom and my time, date, and copyright. So what we're really basically seeing on this first page, of course, is a list of songs with the class ID page and the navigation. As we move further down into it, notice later in the example I have the functionalities. I have sort ascending, descending, add, delete, top, X files, as well as display backup. So let's look at each of those. Of course, the two easiest ones after the display are the sorts. So sort ascending, and notice the order will change. And it does, songs in ascending order, and I've given a little information to the user there. And descending order. If I go back to display songs, it goes back to my original list. So those are probably your 3 easiest pieces: showing the song list, sorting them ascending, sorting them descending. And that's why they're in that order in the functionalities. Each one of these gets a little harder to complete. Now notice with the delete, when I show you this, I'm going to be able to delete as many as I'd like, but as I have as a footnote, if you can't figure out how to do more than one, just make sure you get rid of one song at a time, or with the add as well, add one song at a time versus adding more. This has functionality for more than that. So let's go ahead, let's add first actually. So I'm going to add songs and click it. What spot do I want to add it? I'm actually going to allow myself to do a spot add it. And what song do I want to add? So I'm going to do spot 2, and I'll just give it a number 23 song. I don't know. I'm not going to come up with titles here. And I hit submit. And notice in the second position, 23 song. And everything else moves down below it. And my sort ascending, sort descending still works, right? Let me go back to add songs, and later in the assignment, if you look down, some of the extra pieces, if you get all the others working, is validate form entries. There's also duplicate titles and so on. But let's go ahead and validate. If it's empty, boom, I told myself that it was empty, right? So that's an extra piece, right? Get everything else working first before you go into validation and checks. I can also say, let's say I want to add it at spot 5, and I type 23 song, and this is another extra piece, testing for duplicate song titles. See, 23 songs already on the list, but otherwise, and it's doesn't have to be a real song. I can't come up with all of them, and so there we go there. Make yours all real songs. I have a few as well too. So it's still sorting and everything's working. Let me go and add 2 more songs. Notice it's showing after every add. It's showing. It's going back. And what do we need? Another one. Let's make it 10 here, so we can get. Okay, so we're at 10. I go to add another one. And it's going to let me go ahead and enter some stuff. But when I go to submit, right, what happened, right? It did add song 6, right, but it actually deleted one. That's okay. It would be much better really to tell the user, hey, you've just tried to add too many songs, okay? Let's go and delete songs. We can actually say how many do we want to delete. I'm going to say 5. Remember, this is another one on the piece here. If you can't figure out how to do this, just simply delete 1. Okay. And it did get rid of those. So we delete, we have the add. Let's go back, let's do the top songs. This is where I say in the assignment, the top songs, user can display the top X on the list, X being a variable, from any selection. So let's go ahead and say I want to delete. How many songs? I'm sorry, we're going to top songs. How many songs? 3. Submit, and it shows the top 3 from my display, right? Songs. If you can't figure that out, just always show, the top 5 or the top 2 or something like that. Top 7, it gives me just 5, even though it says top 7 because I only had 5 there. I probably should have had some validation there. The last piece is display backups, and these are all the file backups that have been made. Every time I change a page, I have backed up a file, and then when the new page comes, I read the file again into an array and do what I need to do. So these are actually, this was empty when I started, and as you can see, just by clicking through, I have many backups. So anyhow, there's the Lab3 walkthrough. There's a lot of pieces to it, so take it one piece at a time. Ask questions as you work through it.